Hi there, and welcome to Family Jesus Time. We are continuing our study of growing in Christ's character. We have been looking at different characteristics that Jesus had that as his disciples, as his students, as his followers, we are called to grow in. These are characteristics not only that help us grow as Christians, it also really helps us to grow as people. As we develop these character traits, we are equipped, we are given tools to live more, just fuller lives. Today's character trait that we are looking at is called endurance. Now, endurance is kind of a big word. What it means is having the ability to keep going even when things get rough. I remember a long time ago when I was in high school, I was on the wrestling team. And the coach had one rule if you want to quit. If you want to quit, you had to go and talk to him. He wanted you to tell him face to face. Well, after about a week of going through practice every single day, my entire body hurt. I had been using muscles and stretching things that I didn't even know my body had. And I wanted to quit. But I didn't want to have to go and tell Mr. Twomey that I was quitting. I didn't want him to think that I was a quitter. So I kept at it. And I wrestled actually all through high school, and I even wrestled a little bit in college. My senior year, I asked Mr. Twomey why he had that rule. Why did you have to go and tell him you were quitting? And he told me that, he said it's really pretty simple. Once you start quitting stuff, it becomes easier and easier to quit. See, quitting is the opposite of endurance. Endurance is when you keep going even when it gets really difficult. Endurance is when you feel like you just can't run another step, but you do. Endurance is when you're hiking up the hill and your legs are really tired and you really just want to go back to the car. You take another step and another step, and all of a sudden you're on top of Stone Mountain and you're looking out and you see all this beautiful view. Endurance is when a subject in school is rough, instead of just giving up and saying I can't do it, asking for help and working at it so you can get better and better and better. Endurance is working through the pain, working through the frustration, working through the challenges to accomplish what you set out to do. Mom and dads, every character trait that we're talking about in this series is really important to develop in your kid. But I will tell you, endurance is one that is really lacking in a lot of families today. If I can't get it done immediately, I don't want anything to do with it. If I can't figure it out on the first time through, I'm not going to bother learning it. If I start a job and the bosses expect me to do something I really don't want to do, I'm going to quit it. What you're helping your children develop is you teach them endurance, is the character to keep going, to be that person that can be relied upon. Now, the Bible has a lot to say about endurance, and a lot of it is how we grow in endurance for our faith. So for our faith, we just continue on in our relationship with God. Even when things get rough in the world, we endure. Paul refers to faith as running the race and focusing on Jesus Christ as the prize. I'm running the race. He also talks about how he rejoices when he suffers, because suffering produces endurance, and endurance, learning that I can go further than I thought I could, helps me to learn hope. See, when I never have to struggle with anything, I don't really learn to hope. I just learn strictly to rely on myself. But endurance pushes us to rely on God as we go beyond what we thought we could do. I pray you have a good discussion with your children about endurance and the opposite of endurance, giving up. And you encourage your children to stick to things, to work through the difficulties so they can grow in character, more importantly so they can grow in the character of Christ. You guys have a great week. Pray you have a great discussion. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.